Most people stop at 2. A brave few reach 3 or 4. But for some extraordinary families, when it comes to having kids, they just keep on going.
There's someone born almost every single year. I think my family is huge.
This series reveals all about Britain's biggest families.
Sometimes people call us scrubbers and stuff like that just because we're a big family.
Disgusting how I escaped the baby-making machine.
Whee!
Getting ready becomes a military-style operation.
Shoes on, ready for school now.
We're laying a few ground rules down before you go.
Dinner is like feeding the troops.
In one meal, we could use 7.5 kilos of potatoes.
There's a big family with a big appetite, so I need a big pig to fill them.
And the ranks just keep getting bigger.
I think she's addicted to babies.
In tonight's episode, Sibling Rivalry and Britain's biggest families.
Every time Samantha Lewis got to leave.
What's it like competing for attention when you've got 12 brothers and sisters?
I feel quite left out when, we give attention to her when she's having her picture done.
We meet a family of 15 with a dozen bickering beauty queens.
Out.
Competing to be the prettiest on the pageant circuit.
My mum said I should really be supermodel.
And a family of 12 where Dad attempts to make peace amongst his quarrelsome brood.
All of you, get out of the van, now.
I just wanted them all to get on. I wanted us all to have a good laugh. That's what I wanted us to do. It just doesn't seem to be working out like that. Can't do this.
On the outskirts of Bournemouth, in an ordinary-looking house, we meet Pete and Tracy Lewis and their 13 children.
Crazy. That's what people say.
With girls outnumbering boys 12 to 1, it's hair straighteners at dawn.
Dad, I've had enough. I've had enough. Can I just leave?
Because there's so many girls, there is quite a lot of bitching that goes on.
The tooth fairy is now long gone. It's now their hormone fairy.
And the bonds of sisterhood are tested on a daily basis.
There's an element of sibling rivalry. And I'm better than you. Oh, like that, because that's what it's like.
The only boy, Charles, keeps out of the way. This is the Lewis family.
Morning, Shannon.
It's morning in the Lewis household, and the sibling rush hour is about to get started.
If I have to come back in... Get out!
Tracy, I can't see anyone yet. Shannon, why am I waiting for you? Candice!
I come from a family of 7. Pete was a family of 5. We obviously both love children.
Let's go. The papers took an interest in it. And then when we had our 11th child, you'd see something like that on a notice board. Wrong way.
After the 4th baby, I was always so maternal.
And then we went on to have 12 children.
The sooner I give birth, and in a matter of so many months, I'll be pregnant again.
Right up until we had our last baby.
I just love having those newborn dolls, It's that's just what it reminds me of. Portia! Clean your teeth, come on!
And with so many of Tracy's little dolls fighting over just one bathroom, the morning makeover can last up to 3 hours.
Mum has got so many of us, but I tell you what, she wouldn't leave the house without all of us looking absolutely immaculate.
Have you all done your teeth this morning?
After your breakfast, please, don't forget before you go to school.
Mum regularly enters them into beauty pageants, and each girl has her own hair straighteners, makeup kit, and wardrobe space.
Booyah!
Wash my handles, please, ladies. Off with the straighteners. Taking those.
But in the rush to look the most beautiful, things can sometimes turn ugly.
Makeup's the worst. Yeah, fighting over their makeup.
She loves being
centre of detention.
It only takes one person to wind the other one up, and that's it. It's like a big little bust up.
You idiot! You just pushed me off.
Sam!
Oh my god, we are filming! Oh my god, this is every time. Samantha Lewis, got to leave!
I think it's got worse as everyone's getting older because the hormones, they're teenagers and everyone's hormones are everywhere.
The one sibling who avoids the daily squabbles, and usually the last into the bathroom, is the only boy, Charles.
I wouldn't go out seeking attention from mum and dad. I'll let the girls do that because they like to throw their toys out the pram.
Hold up! You know that people spend a third of their life sleeping? I spend a third of my life waiting for children. Women, mainly.
It's worse than getting an army ready for training, getting them all lined up for marching, off we go sort of thing.
Quietly. No shoving. Can you stop that? You all sitting comfortably, girls?
We're off! Yay!
200 miles north, in Bradford, live another family with some big sibling issues.
I didn't bank on having a big family. I thought 4 might have been enough. But, well, it wasn't meant to be. Someone had bigger plans for me up there.
Mum Donna and Dad Fabian are squeezed into a tiny 3-bedroom terrace with their 10 children.
Well, I love having all these kids, and it's nice to feel that I've got 10 kids that love me the same way I love them.
They are one of Britain's growing number of blended families. They both have kids from previous relationships.
I think my family is huge.
They had some kids together. Then they took in some more. Donna's sister's kids. Together, they make the Bland family.
Morgan! Daniel! Sarah! Fabian!
Hiya!
What do you want for your tea, love?
A sausage sandwich. Sausage sandwich.
You as well?
With so many mouths to feed and so little room to feed them, meal times in the Bland household are run like a military operation.
Egg, how many?
Each meal has to be eaten in shifts, and there's a strict pecking order for who goes first.
You'll get dished out babies first, and then he'll go in age upwards.
Shit.
In just 1 week, the family will munch its way through 50 tins of beans,
Most importantly, farting veins.
up to 100 sausages, 85 pints of milk, and 40 loaves of bread.
It is like running a cafe sometimes, but like sometimes we'll just give them whatever.
Well, I should go for a job as a chef. Shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I can get paid a bit more.
There's your meal, there's your meal. Next. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to make sure that they've all got something to eat, because like sometimes when we've cooked, we've left one out, or we haven't even done enough.
The entire family of 12 are squeezed into 3 tiny bedrooms.
I've got no space because there's people wandering about and it's too hectic. The amount of space we've got is terrible.
No, they haven't got no private space. Not really. None of us, not kids, not us.
But the lack of privacy is only part of the problem. The cramped conditions have turned their home into a sibling war zone.
Where's my phone?
They argue a lot. They argue over the simplest little things for no reason. You think, why? Why can't you just share? Why can't you just do that? Why can't you just do that? And you understand it's just there's no space for them to do it.
I'll back to you.
What?
I tend to stick to myself, keep the arguments, basically, if I can, well, try to keep them to myself.
Being in a big family is horrible.
Hey?
I get on with Daniel, but Kieran, he just winds me up all the time. Just getting cheeky all the time. I feel like hitting him sometimes.
Their blended family sometimes fails to blend.
It makes it hard work sometimes with them, you know, because they think they can do what they want, but they've got to realise that there's all of us in this house, not just them, and they've got to consider everybody else.
Daddy, I know it!
One of the kids who finds things tough is Fabian's 14-year-old daughter, Chloe, who arrived after falling out with her mum.
Chloe's only lived with us for about a year. She didn't want to live with her mum. You know, there were a few things that went wrong there. So we just said, look, come and live with us, and won't turn her away.
But since moving in, she's struggling to bond with her siblings.
Yeah, I do feel like I am a bit different because I don't feel like I'm a part of a family. I feel like an outsider.
Having difficulty settling, Chloe is uncertain of her feelings.
I did want to live here, but because of what's all happening with everything in that lot, I don't feel like I don't really want to live here no more.
Down in Bournemouth, Mum Tracy has found a way of harnessing the natural competition between her daughters. They've won a string of major beauty pageants, sometimes competing against each other.
I was a beauty queen when I was 16 years old, and now my sisters are all following in my footsteps, and they want to be just like what I was when I was younger.
Our daughters competing up against each other. They're all the same. They're all our family. I don't think love one any more than I love the other one. To me, they're all my winners.
Tracy treasures her daughter's achievements. The Bournemouth Carnival Queen Cup is a particular favourite.
We have 4 daughters' names on the same cup, which is quite an achievement sort of thing in the same family, yeah. And they say about we are family. I've got all my sisters with me.
Wrestling the crown from her older sister is daughter number 7, Chantel, who's also the first sister to be voted Miss Portsmouth.
I think I am the most ambitious out of all us Lewises regarding competitions. I think that I've got the most confidence.
My name's Chantel Lewis and I'm Miss Portsmouth 2011.
But not all the sisters are as keen to take on their siblings in the beauty stakes.
Personally, for me, I don't enjoy it, no. I think it's too much.
Oh, heartbreaker, you've got the best of me, but I just keep on coming back excessively.
My sisters love it, but I don't enjoy it, no. I'm not for one to dress or impress.
Thank you, Miss England. I hope we get through to the final.
With a dozen daughters and a mad, keen beauty pageant mum, life in the Lewis family is a heady whirl of tantrums and tiaras.
Just lucky to be able to have 12 daughters and to enter these competitions. It's just lovely. Mum and Dad produced very good-looking children. We were very lucky, and Dad was a real handsome man, and so is my mum. But I don't know, it could be something in the genes sort of thing, you know.
But the competition for trophies has sometimes seen the siblings pitted against one another.
Yeah, there is an element of sibling rivalry due to we all do want to succeed in what we do, so therefore can cause a bit of friction now and again.
Elder sister Sam is a former Miss Bournemouth and made the finals of Miss England 7 years ago.
And I'm one of the most girliest ones out of the whole family. So, of course, my sisters look upon me as the role model. And because I had won quite a few pageants, they were all having a little go at it and they want to follow in my footsteps.
Hot on Sam's heels is 19-year-old Chantel, who's just been accepted by the Face of London competition.
The ultimate goal is to hopefully be Miss England one day, really. So, yeah, that is my ultimate goal. a very ambitious person. Everything I put my mind to do it, I hope to succeed, and I have done so far. I won Sportswoman of the Year when I was at school, county netball I was in, so everything I ever put my mind to it, I achieved.
Come on then, Shaznay. Come on, everybody, are you ready? You're going to be late.
The Face of London is a prestigious event. And Mum Tracy has promised Chantel a new outfit for the occasion.
Hiya. Okay, right, we're ready for the first one. Now, this is quite a sexy little number.
Very nice. Give us a twirl then. I definitely see you coming anyway.
I like this one better.
Oh, yes. Chantal, that is beautiful.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I like this
stunning.
one. Yeah.
And it brings her alive, doesn't it? Brightens up the room, doesn't it, when she walked out. Wow. Also, the red's nice as well.
But lavishing so much attention on just one sister can leave some of the others feeling left out.
When we're at the dress shop, my mum will just talk and talk and talk because she makes me want to fall asleep.
Okay, Tracy, what about this one?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'm not a very girly Barbie doll. I like wearing trousers.
What? Just don't bend over.
In terms of the kids taking part in pageants and bits and pieces, I don't really have a lot of choice, no. It's all sort of done and dusted before Dad gets wind of it.
Dad Pete runs a garage. He's spent more than £10,000 funding his daughter's obsession with beauty titles.
Having a large family is probably the hardest thing in the world at times, you know. If you've got the time, you don't have the money. If you've got the money, you don't have the time. And people looking in have said to me on more than one occasion, it must be your financial nightmare. And they've got it in one.
Daniel, are you up? Daniel! Come on, it's time to get up.
With 10 growing, squabbling siblings up in Bradford, the Bland family have got financial worries of their own. Dad Fabian recently lost his job as a van driver after working for the same company for 20 years.
No, you can't fight in here. It's a shop. We'll take you to the shop and get you a small bottle of pop in a minute.
And with 4 boys competing to have the best haircut, a trip to the barber's can soon blow a hole in the family budget.
I can buy a pair of shears at home and do it myself. But they all wins. They say, no, it's not done right, and it's not this. So you have to bring it to someone that knows what they're doing, so they get what they want, basically.
Stars. Got some patterns? Got it there, didn't you? I'm having some patterns as well.
Oh. Right. How much is that? £2. Right then, yeah, do it. It's when they all start and they all, can I have, I want, can I have? And when you've got 10 children saying, can I have? You think, wow. You're going to get your hair cut? I am worried that I haven't got enough money. If we go night shopping, it can be £300 a week. Easy. But they need it.
Money worries became worse after Donna agreed to take in her sister's 3 kids.
Whatever we want, we save up for it. It's what you've got to do when you've got 10 kids. You're all right if you're just millionaires, wouldn't it? You can just get whatever you want.
Sarah, Jack and Erin's mum was unable to cope, and they were facing an uncertain future until Donna stepped in.
Well, I'd be in care if it weren't for these. Because my mum wasn't able to look after me, so I think they've done a right good job of looking after me.
Yeah, I love all my kids to bits, even though the ones that aren't my kids, I still love them as if I'd give birth to them kids. And they're doing brilliant under circumstances. Yeah, I know.
But the 3 extra kids have not just increased the shopping bills, they've also added to the sibling squabbles.
You've got to get the fighting and the arguing and who's better than who and who can do what and when and how fast and slow and everything else.
Mom.
Despite his financial worries, Fabian's got a plan to end the arguments and bring the family together.
Oh, shall I see how much it'll cost?
Yeah.
Dogs.
£2 per night each.
Bring your dogs with us.
I'm not taking a dog.
Desperate to unite his kids, he's booked a budget camping holiday in Scarborough.
Hopefully it'll bring us closer as a family and things like that. That's what I'm wanting, that's what I'm looking for, and that's my aim with camping.
When I go camping, I feel like I'm going to be squashed when out girls are in one tent.
But you'll see us all marching down, there'll be a few of us. God help Scarborough when we get there.
In the Lewis household, the sibling rivalry is not limited to the older sisters. Youngest daughters Portia and Shaznay are about to go head-to-head in the local paper's beauty competition.
Families, we always tend to get a little bit of arguing. We've got it with the two youngest ones, Portia and Shaznay, a little bit of rivalry going on, a little bit competitive against each other.
Because I'm entering Shaznay and Portia. I want them to go down there, enjoy their photo shoot, enjoy the day, and that's it really, and Mum gets a nice picture. That's all that matters to me, yeah.
I think the kids are very keen to take part in it, but there's also that reserve of Mum wanting them to compete and do well. And I think Mum could be living a little bit of her life through them, where she hasn't had time to do it herself at a younger age.
Right, Shaznay, what sort of picture would you like? One sat down? Would you like one more posy one sort of thing, or just like...
I like one sat down.
What about you, Portia? Going to put your hands on your hips today? Yes, and like that? And maybe you'll have one done on all fours and put your hands on your hat, like you've done before, yeah? We go like that? Do you remember that one? Yeah? Okay then.
They should just grow up in their own time, be their own person without dressing them up or getting too involved. I think they should personally find out what they want to do as they get older.
Shaznay is very naughty. She's very mischievous and she's very sneaky.
I think Portia gets a bit more attention sometimes than I do, yeah.
She does kick me and stuff. And it does hurt when she does it.
She always says, ow, when I've done nothing. She's very annoying.
Do you want to win?
Yeah,
How badly do you want to win?
really bad. These pants are mine.
This will be the first time all 12 members of the Bland family have been on holiday together.
60 pairs of socks, 60 pairs of underwears. T-shirts, I bet I brought about 250 T-shirts.
Dad Fabian has dipped into his pockets in a bid to unite the family.
I bought some bats and balls and I hope they all play together, and instead of arguing over them, play with them together.
These are to whack the kids around the head.
I'm hoping it will unite them together. I think it's going to be good. I honestly do think it's going to be good.
It's going to be a nightmare because of there's just going to be arguments 24/7, fighting 24/7.
It's easy.
Fabian has hired a minibus, and the size of the task is beginning to dawn on Donna.
I'm just nervous. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm all right. What about him?
All in the room, in the room.
Before leaving, Fabian calls a family meeting.
We're not wasting time. We're laying a few ground rules down before you go. Right, there's a few rules. There's no arguing, there's no fighting, there's look after each other, make sure we're all safe, make sure we all stay together, but we're going to have a good time. Eh? We're going to be a family.
Start winding him up.
We're going to be a family. Right then, come on, let's have a nice time, let's have an holiday. Come on. Right, let's get all this stuff put in the van. Whoa, slow down, slow down. Wow. Yep, yep.
Sophie! Look, Chloe! There's some suitcases in the house.
Still here today. We can never be together.
Fabian has booked a campsite just outside Scarborough. The quiet calm of York House Caravan Park is about to be shattered.
I've never had this space before.
I was quite shocked to have my children. I couldn't cope with it, not 10.
Fabian has borrowed 3 tents to house the entire family. But there's no sign of an instruction manual.
I haven't put you the wrong poles, have you?
Use the right poles, it's just too big.
No.
I don't think he's got a clue.
I haven't got a clue.
Neither of them two over there. But
I haven't got a clue, Donna. I haven't put one of these tents up for years.
Yeah, no, it's not put outside. No, look.
Who dares get reverse thing? Get over there. Now!
Out.
With Fabian struggling, Donna asks the kids to help out.
Give up now.
But they'd rather hammer each other instead of tent pegs.
Daniel, damn it.
Why don't you just stop playing?
Hey.
I've got to find that head now. Drive now, Daniel.
It's stressful because Donna's getting stressed. The kids are restless. If the tents had been up, it'd have been different. You know, they'd have been all right. They wouldn't have been too bad.
With the holiday descending into sibling chaos, Donna and Fabian's dream of uniting the family looks further away than ever.
All they do is fight and argue all the time, and all they seem to do is just tend to just shout at them all the time, and I hate it. Can't do this. Just want us all to get on and us to have a laugh like it should be, like a family should do. Do you know what I mean? It should be none of this arguing and fighting and arguing and swearing and everything else they're doing. I just want them all to get on. I want us all to have a good laugh. That's what I want us to do. It just doesn't seem to be working out like that.
You know how you said, if I need any help, I need some help.
With no sign of a sibling ceasefire, Fabian's finally conceded defeat.
Is this the one you're struggling with?
This is the first one I'm struggling with it.
Lift it over.
But I'm staying away from Daniel.
That won't help.
Oi.
That doesn't help. And I'm trying to count them and I couldn't. No way. They're like worms all over the place.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem, mate.
Despite a stressful evening, Fabian's remaining upbeat.
Move, get off me.
As bad as it gets, I'll still hope that they're going to bond together and be more of a family than anything, and they'll stick together. We'll let it wash for a day, we'll see what it's like tomorrow, and we'll start tomorrow. So I'll get them all into bed early tonight. I'm getting to bed now, come on.
I've got mine here.
Time to get some noddy on. Honestly, I want to go in Noddyland, never mind no else.
Noddyland?
I bloody do, yeah, I've had an hard day.
Dad!
Right.
He's took my torch off me, and you actually give me that torch, remember?
Listen.
Get in your tent.
After a bad start to their family bonding holiday, the Bland's 10 children are up early and looking forward to a day at the beach.
Cheese!
That's it, Sarah.
And some of the kids are feeling guilty about the trouble their squabbling caused last night.
Y'all should be good for Mum and Dad. Well, sometimes the boys don't be good, and sometimes I'm on. But it's not going to be like that. We should work as a team.
Right, £2.
Oh, thank you.
£2.
See you later.
£2.
If 10 lots of pocket money doesn't encourage team spirit, nothing will.
Do I get a kiss for that?
Fabian's determined his kids won't go without, even though he's just lost his job.
I've worked all my life. I didn't get a good job. I didn't have a good education. I want them all to get good jobs. I want them to get a better job than what I got. That way I know that they're secure and I know they'll be safe and I know they'll look after themselves and they'll be all right in life.
Before they can get on in life, Fabian's kids will have to learn how to get on with each other. And their day trip to Scarborough will prove to be a test for everyone.
Yeah, Fabian.
It's the day of the Cute Kids contest, and sisters Shaznay and Portia are each hoping to take home the winner's crown.
Hopefully I get to beat her this time.
Both sisters have won the competition once before.
I think Portia, like thinking to herself, well, I hope I win this time better than her. Yeah, thinking like that.
My mum said I should really be a supermodel.
Turn your head towards me. That's it. There you go.
Having two of our own girls in the same competition is not really ideal to my way of thinking, because I don't think the girls need to compete with each other. They're all lovely in their own right.
Right, so if you can hold that in front of you for a second, Portia. That's beautiful, that's great. There you go.
I just love watching them have their photo taken, and obviously bright colours, and it makes, you know, it's a really happy event sort of thing, you know, so yeah, all good. That's nice. And let the best child win, you know, so good girl, that's it. Yeah, she loves it, doesn't she? Yeah, she's funny. Yeah.
Portia and Shaznay's rivalry is not just about winning the competition.
I feel quite left out when, like, we give attention to her when she's having her picture done.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah. You never want them to get older, really. It don't matter how many you've got. And someone said to me once, you know, they're only on loan to you, but I can't accept that. You know, you just think they're yours forever, because you've carried them for 9 months, given birth to them, you've brought them up, you've done everything for them.
Tracy was one of 7 kids herself, but her childhood was far from picture perfect. Her mum and dad split when she was 7 years old.
Mum got married 3 other times after my dad, so she had 4 husbands basically. But she done what she could for us, and I don't blame her. I was the outspoken one, had the 7 children. I think Mum didn't like it sometimes, you know. I've never felt loved, really. No.
My mum's mum wasn't as close to her as our mum is with all of us lot. And I think that if she had that connection that she does with us, that she did with her mum, I think that at the end of the day she would have been gone, yeah, she'd have done these pageants.
She feels that, oh, you know, I didn't get that chance when I was younger. So she thinks, okay, I've got my children now and they've all grown up, they've got the chance, why not go for it?
Tracy's next chance to go for it is just a day away, as she prepares Chantal for the Face of London pageant. Back in Scarborough, the Blands are finally having a good time.
I went to the arcades and I won £1 on the arcade. At the machine, when we went to the arcades, I got this.
So far, there's been no arguing. The kids are finally beginning to bond.
They have got on perfectly today, really, haven't they? They've helped each other, they've sorted each other out, they've done things.
They've helped out with babies as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Them little bits of bonds, when they get older, will make a good family.
Yeah.
And they'll be united as one.
But if the family is ever to be truly united, there's one member Fabian has to get back into the fold.
I think Chloe only tends to think she's an outsider when she don't get what her own way, and that's when she says, oh, I'm an outsider, me. How are you an outsider? You're not an outsider. You are our child. You live with us, so you're not an outsider.
Fabian's daughter Chloe has struggled to settle in since she left her mum's.
Come on, sit down. Think you've had an hard year moving in with us? Yeah. You think it's been hard? Yeah. Because of all the children? Yeah. You think so? You've had a really hard life? You've had an hard year? With everything that's gone on and everything else? Yeah. All right?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
It's hard when we're all in a 3-bedroomed. Isn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
That's hard because we're all like sardines in a tin, aren't we? Eh? Look at me. Chloe. Chloe. Come here. You all right? Hmm? You all right? Come on. You all right? Hmm? And the one thing that I'd want is I want you all to be as a family.
but we never will be.
You will be. You will.
You've got another daughter to think about.
I've got loads of daughters to think about. I've got loads of you. Oh, high class is mine.
Fabian.
And you are one of mine. You know we love you. Eh? Oh, you know we love you. I want what's right for you. I want what's best for you. Because to see you succeed will make us proud. Yeah, Mum. Oh, I love you. All right? Always remember that, won't you?
It has made me feel a little bit better to get stuff off my back. It was really hard living with my dad at the first, but now we've come on this trip, when we go home, it'll be like a lot easier. I don't really feel as much as an outsider now we've been on this trip.
Chantal, do you think I'm a hotel porter? Have you got this? Have you got that? Have you got your shoes? Have you got your dress? Have you got your toothbrush? You've got to pull it together, though. Don't get it caught in the netting.
It's Chantal's big day. She's been invited to take part in the Face of London beauty pageant.
Things have all come together now. We're looking more and more beautiful by the minute.
It's one of the major events in the beauty pageant calendar, and Chantal is basking in Mum's attention.
It's all out now, Chantal.
Everyone loves spending time with Mum, but only on her own, because you feel you've got her undivided attention, and that's nice.
Do you all kind of like fight for Mum's attention a bit?
Not everyone needs Mum's attention,
No.
some more than others. Like Sam likes it, Chantal
And
likes it.
Chantal.
Mostly the older ones in particular.
Mostly the two.
And her two favourites, the little ones.
They need more attention than Candice, because Candice is a teenager and she likes going out to town.
Oh my god, and they're best
Using
friends.
fake ID.
Fake ID.
Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah, why'd you have to spoil it, Danielle?
Tracy's asked all the sisters to put aside their differences to support Chantal in the beauty pageant, which is being held at London Zoo's Prince Albert Suite. 30 girls from across Britain are each hoping to turn their modelling dreams into reality.
You are Chantal.
Yeah,
You're,
exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate all the effort and time that she does put in for me. I think without her, she is part of my energy and my adrenaline. I think without her, we do it in a kind of like a joint effort.
Just be yourself, which you are anyway, and I just think you look absolutely gorgeous. So natural.
Because Mum usually focuses on Portia and Shazna, the two younger ones, and sometimes they do get a little bit upset saying, oh Mum, why have you got to spend all your time with Chantal and things like that.
I would never ever have a favourite. I like to think that I'm mum to all my 13 children, but I have to keep saying to them, I know I'm with Chantal today, but I want to all give them that little bit of time. And there's just not enough time, but you have to just try and make time.
But despite having no favourites, Tracy knows her days preparing daughters for beauty pageants will not last forever.
I did go for number 14, but sadly, I miscarried at 4 months. But I did say to Pete, after I could actually speak about it, because it was very hard for him as well, I think I've done my bit, Pete. And he said, Trace, I said that, I don't care, you know, how many babies we have, but I want you as well. Chantal was the most affected. She came in the bedroom, you've got to get me going now. She came in the bedroom and she cried her eyes out. And I tell you something, it's just brought it back to me today. Because she loves me being with her, you know, and she was really upset, and she stayed on my bed and cried. She said, Mum, why, you know? But she was the only one, as young as she was, that came in and spoke about it. She said it was so sad.
The Face of London beauty pageant is in full swing, and competition is hotting up. The event is being hosted by X Factor finalist Chico, and backstage Chantal one of 12 competing beauty queen sisters, is hoping to finally outshine her siblings.
It's just an exciting thing for a mum when you see your daughter come out. I always get so excited, I can't help it. I'm just so happy that she looks so glamorous, sort of thing. Chantal's being herself.
It goes without saying that Tracy gets a buzz out of beauty pageants, and she's probably more wrapped up in it than sometimes than the children who are taking part in it, you know.
Tell you something, right? You own the stage. That is yours. You take your time, you do everything. Everybody's talking about Chantal. Yeah, that's the song. Everyone's talking about Chantal. That's what we want, all right? Put some more lipstick on, just a little bit. I love it, love it. That is Chantal, yeah.
The one and only, number 8, it is Chantal Lewis. Oh, her fans are in the house, her family are in the house.
Come on, Chantal! Oh, you gorgeous.
Oh, go on, give her another round of applause. Look at her. If you could change one thing about London, what would it be?
Now, if I could change one thing about London, it would have to be the horrible riots that have recently happened and the lives that have actually been totally destroyed. Also, I'd get rid of all the crime and all the badness actually in London. Then I'd do absolutely everything I could to follow in Princess Diana's footsteps and actually help people, because she helped them have such a better life. And that's who we need now, someone like that.
Round of applause. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Chantal Lewis.
Chantal's made an impression.
Now the next 3 selected by our judges is number 5, Nicole.
But as the winners are announced, Chantal has been overlooked.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Chantal. You give it 110% tonight, yeah? If you got disappointed in every pageant and you didn't win, you wouldn't carry on. I'm just lucky to be able to have 12 daughters. They're all different. I don't think love one any more than I love the other one. To me, they're all my winners.
And despite their rivalry, when the chips are down, the sisters look out for each other.
We all want to achieve and succeed, but we're all there for each other at the end of the day, so because that's what we're like. We are a good family unit like that.
After a successful family bonding holiday, the Blands are going home.
I feel as though I've achieved certain things in life with the kids, doing what I can for them to make sure that they have a good upbringing and they have a good start in life. I think it's working like I want, but time will tell.
It's been brilliant, actually. All kids seem to be happy, always having a laugh, and it's what I want, to get closer and do things as a family.
I'd like to come on holiday again because I think it's fun for my first time. Really fun. But it could be better if we went to Turkey or something, America.
Being good. Been spending more time with each other. When we get home, we can spend time with each other because we've got used to it now. So.
Some of these children have had a tough life. They've had an hard life. They've had an hard start. And my aim is to make it as easy as I can for them. Because the easier it is for them, the more liable they are to succeed in life. And that's what I want.
The Blands continue to build on the sibling bonds which emerged during the camping holiday. And a few months after getting home, Fabian's got some even better news for the family.
This is the new house. It's twice the size of the house that you were in before, so there's a lot more space for you all. You've got your own individual bedrooms, apart from the little ones. So hopefully this is going to be a good, nice, fresh start to 2012. Which is bigger than what you thought, isn't it?
The Housing Association has agreed to move the family out of their 3-bedroom terrace and into a spacious 8-bedroom home.
Never been so happy in all my life. It's just so great getting this big house, and I know that once we're all in it, everything's just going to be 10 times better than what it is. It's just going to be a lot happier.
I think it will. I think they will get on a lot better because basically they're not on top of each other. Life's going to be different for them. They're going to get the chance like every other child's got. I can't wait, me. I cannot wait.
My favourite thing about this house is the biggest bedrooms ever.
Go that way.